In my high school youth group, I grew up on the silly whipped cream games followed by a lesson. And that's what I did here too in San Diego for the first 5 years of my ministry. But really, after seeing students start to die, I realized that that strategy for ministry just wasn't working anymore.
When I came to UC San Diego as a freshman in 1996, I was majoring in Spanish, and I wanted to find a non-classroom setting to increase my language capabilities, and I also wanted to find a church where I could serve as well. So I found a Spanish-speaking church in downtown San Diego. When I arrived there, there is one student in the youth program who was involved in gangs. He was all of 12 years old, and within that first year of me being there, that one 12-year-old student brought his friends and their friends and their friends. By the end of 1997, it was just me and all these bald-headed gang members. In the name of trying to do something good for these gang members, instead, we were being counterproductive by strengthening their social cohesion. We were providing them more leadership, organization, transportation, trying to have all these positive activities for them, but instead, it would make the core members stronger and the fringe members much more intrigued and more willing to participate in the gang activities because now there are schedules planned for them. And so in May of 2001, took 4 8th graders who should be graduated from college, but probably wouldn't even make it through high school without that extra push, and started Reality Changers at this Spanish-speaking church to try to build first-generation college students who follow God's Word. The idea would be is that we would send them to this college residential program over the summer for 3 weeks in July, and then at the end of the summer, we'd send them to Forest Home Christian Camp, where they could become on fire for God right as they go back into the school setting. I think the first time that I saw that Reality Changers was having an effect on its community was in the very beginning of the program, when we expanded from those first 4 original 8th graders to a grand total of 12 students. That was big for us back then. And when we took these 8 new students in from the community, that meant that we left a lot of their other friends out. And so that first night of expansion, while we had our tutors in there for the first time, studying away, there was this group of about 20 wannabe fledgling thugs gathering outside of the church building. And they started throwing rocks at the window and trying to kick down the doors. While the tutors were scared inside, I sat back and enjoyed every minute of it, because these same guys who wouldn't step foot in any type of ministry setting before were now A, trying to break into a church, to B, study for 3 hours. That's the first time I realized that we were going to have a big impact on the community. I'm going to close tonight with the story of what's happened now is that these students that began this group 7 years ago with just $300 have earned over $1 million from the program itself and over $4 million from all different sources, as they've gone on to receive full rides from Harvard, Dartmouth, Northwestern, UCLA, Duke, and all points in between, because they've been able to find their foundation in this Christ-based ministry that leads them to be good examples, serve the community, get good grades in school, and really give back to those that have paved the way for them, their family members and their communities that have opened the doors for them.
And I'd always leave them with this sort of benediction, a conclusion to the night to send them off. And I would say each and every single week, that acuérdate que cada martes y en todas partes tú eres un agente de cambio. Remember that every single Tuesday that we're meeting, and in all the places that you go, you're an agent of positive change in this world that surrounds us. And then the students head out to go out and truly be those agentes de cambio. So now, after the program has produced over 50 graduates and 100 current students in 3 different locations, as we take a look back on what God has done over the past 12 years, we can only come to one conclusion: that His plan is seriously ridiculous.